Hey, this is Strange Loop. Yeah, so today I'm gonna talk about debt, and um, debt. It's a bad place to be in. Uh, no one, no one realizes this how much of slavery of it is. You're just like being in debt to a bank, to being in debt to someone else, a person, a family member. That's a tough situation. And I've been there. And in some sense I am still in debt, and to get out of debt is a really you know is a really big goal. Sometimes it doesn't, or the magnitude of work and effort you need to put into getting out of debt is really just too much to handle sometimes. But a good thing is to really calm yourself down, just be in a place of peace and just in the moment, and remember, just like uh, material things don't matter as much as the spiritual, but you need both. So we need both, so if you go too much in spirit, you just like might go crazy and go hippie like into a cave, or something. Or if you go to material, you might be too prideful and full of hate for the world and just be too much of a selfish asshole, I guess, or in this world. So finding a balance between those two, I think, is really important, and to really find joy in every moment. At least try to. It's not joyful in every moment, but it's joyful, you know, sometimes. So getting out of debt, I think, is really important, and living without debt to our people, to banks, stuff like that. Just like it's a really a blessing for those people who live without debt. And my goal is to live without debt, and to really bring myself to a place of discipline and consistency where I can work and save money and invest that money into really just like growing of my well-being, I guess. And whenever I can, sharing that with others. It's not always easy, but it's not always hard. So uh, life is hard, but sometimes it's easy when you look at the right places, because God's love is really just too too big for us. So He loves us even if we are poor or rich. So yeah, the sun uh, shines to both sinners and righteous people. So yeah, thank you for listening. If you listened so far, drop a like on this video, drop a comment what you think about this topic, and yeah, I'll see you next time.